Hello, my lovelies. This is Candy Cyanide, and welcome to Absurd Trolley Problems. Now, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time, and the reason I haven't is, well, goldfish brain and video games. But yesterday I got reminded about it, so I was like, yeah, let's finally do that video. I'm not going to waste too much time with the introduction. I'm pretty sure you've heard of the trolley problem. It's pretty much a thought experiment where you have this scenario here. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards five people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one person instead. What do you do? And in this particular one, the trolley problems just get more and more absurd, which I thought would be just a fun little neat thing to do. But let's go with the original. Now, I'm probably going to surprise slash piss off a lot of people when I say this. I am actually not pulling the lever. And before you crucify me in the comments or think I'm just like the most horrible person, let me explain. The way I feel about it, these five people, I'm imagining I'm just walking upon this situation. These five people, I personally did not put them there. Therefore, I personally did not make the decision to kill anybody. Their blood is not on my hands. The blood is on the person who put them there's hand. However, if I do pull the lever, at that point, I am consciously making a decision to end someone's life. And you can argue the morality of it, of, oh, is, the majority over the individual, but that's something I've personally never subscribed to. I've never ascribed to that ideal. And quite frankly, if you think about it, the more people are around, typically the worse things are. And I know this is probably very pessimistic of me. The thing is, I don't know any of these people on here. I don't know why they're here. I don't know the situation. And again, I did not consciously put them there, and I'm not consciously making the decision to kill them. I will still try to do everything I could to get them out of that situation. But as far as me personally, I can't make the conscious decision to kill someone if it's not like life or death. That was just a long-winded way of saying I personally don't want to be responsible for someone's death, if that makes sense. And as far as like multiple people, again, the more people there are, typically the worse things are. And just look at bystander effect, which I know is very ironic that I'm using that example in this scenario. But typically, if someone's in trouble, the more people are around, the less likely that person is going to get help. And then just look at the human race as we are now. Just big groups do way more damage than one person. So that's kind of my philosophy on it, but feel free to tell me what a horrible person I am in the comments. I will do nothing. That still made me cringe though. Okay, 27% of people agree with me, 73% disagree, which is fair. Like, I don't think in this scenario, I don't think anybody would really be acting with malicious intent, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure people have their own logic when it comes to this. And I remember watching Mark do this like forever ago. He was like, what horrible people are choosing not to pull the lever? Me, Mark, I'm choosing to pull the lever. Next. Ooh, so here we are again. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards five people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing four people instead. What do you do? For me, it's the same logic is at play. I'm not going to consciously make a decision to kill people, especially when it's this evenly matched. So I'm gonna do nothing. Ew, that still makes me cringe though. So 32% of people agree with me, 68 disagree, which is fair. Again, a lot of people use say the majority over the individual, which is a fair philosophy. I'm not criticizing that at all. Next. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards five people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but then your life savings will be destroyed. Of course I'm pulling the lever. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not materialistic, I'm not capitalistic, I never will be. And also, it's something material over actual lives. Like, I think people these days kind of take life for granted. don't seem to comprehend that we only get one of these. And like people are kind of flippant when like people die or something and they try to work it out in their head why it was justified, and like, nah, not in this situation. Also, my life savings is like $0, so I'm not saving anything. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, sacrificing yourself instead. What do you do? So this is one of those things you never know how you'll react until you're in that situation. I personally feel like I would sacrifice myself. I don't know. I'd rather take the brunt of that instead of other people. Even though I hate people in general these days, I think I would pull the lever. I don't know for sure because, again, you never know how you react until you're in those situations. But in my mind right now, I will pull the lever. That made me cringe a lot less than the other ones. 38% of people agree with you, 62 disagree, which I think is totally fair. I mean, self-preservation. And again, I'm very much a self-preserving type person, so maybe I wouldn't in this scenario. I don't know. Like I said, in my mind right now, I would pull the lever to save the other people over myself. Okay, priceless painting. A trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but then the original copy of the Mona Lisa will be destroyed. What do you do? I mean, considering the Mona Lisa got stolen and like people told who stole the Mona Lisa, I think it was the Mona Lisa, and they just did not believe them. I mean, this is kind of dumb to me. Run over the painting. Yes, it's some so-called priceless and everything, but also it's a painting. I'm an artist. We'll get over it. 74% of people agree with you, 26 disagree. And I'm just gonna assume that those 26% are art lovers, and I get that to an extent. Bribes. A trolley is heading toward a rich man. The rich man offers you 500,000 to pull the lever, which would divert the trolley and kill someone else. What do you do? So in my life situation right now, I could definitely use $500,000, not only for me, but for my family. But again, I'm not going to consciously make the decision to kill one person over the other. Again, I don't know these people. I don't know what they've done. I can't say that the other person deserves to die, so I'm going to do nothing. 44% of people agree with me, 56 disagree. Again, can't blame anybody because we live in a capitalist society. Everybody's trying to survive. You know what I mean? Next, levels of sentience. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards 5 lobsters. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over a cat instead. What do you do? So the level of sentience, I feel like humans can't really know to an extent. Like we can try to understand and everything, but we don't actually know. So if you're looking at this at all life is equal, um, then that's again the more saving the majority over the least amount. I'm saying that all wrong. I apologize. But I'm gonna do nothing. Same thing. And I mean, it's a kitty. I can't kill the kitty. I used to work in like the seafood department, and we used to have a lobster tank. And the thing that I was dreading since I had started there was like, oh my God, I hope I do not have to cook a lobster here. And unfortunately, I did end up having to one time. And I kind of did the same thing I did when we had to dissect frogs in high school, where I said a prayer and asked for forgiveness for it. So yeah, that's kind of how I would be in this situation as well. But 84% of people agree and 16 disagree. Fair. Sleeping. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards 5 people who are sleeping and won't feel pain. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over someone who is wide awake instead. What do you do? For me, it's kind of the same thing. I would still do nothing, and it's just because that conscious decision to kill someone And the fact that, the others won't feel pain makes it a little bit easier, but not really. But I'm gonna do nothing. This video is gonna be so boring because I just do nothing the entire time, which I guess speaks to my alignment. Which is something I've actually thought about. Because I was in a scenario one time when I was in Walmart, and we were in the fabric department, and I was looking, and there were like these other people looking, and one lady was going around looking for help. These other two guys were here, and they were like, "Oh, there's no one here. Like, we could just steal." And I just kind of gave them a look like, are y'all for real right now? And yes, they 100% were for real. So I just put that stuff down and walked away from that situation because I'm like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm not going to snitch on them because, I mean, it's Walmart and it's fabric. But also, I don't agree with what they're doing. But I'm also not going to snitch. So I just walked myself away from that situation. And it really made me think about, like, if I had to put myself on an alignment chart, I would probably be like true neutral, or maybe even, well, I definitely wouldn't be lawful neutral. So I don't know, just something to think about. Personal choices. Okay. 5 people who tied themselves to the track. Love their little smiles. 5 people who tied themselves to the track. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one person who accidentally tripped onto the track instead. What do you do? Of course, I'm not going to do anything. Like, they made that decision themselves. So, and this other person is there completely by accident. So I'm not going to do anything. They were so happy to go. 76% of people agree with you, 24 disagree. I'm interested to hear the logic behind that one, because if they put themselves there, like, I don't know, I'm interested to, if anybody would have picked that, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it. Because I'm assuming it's still going to be what am I trying to say? The majority over the individual mindset, but I don't know. I'm curious. But 76% of people agree and 24 disagree. I think I read that backwards the first time too. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards 5 people. The lever just speeds up the trolley, which might make it less painful. What do you do? Ooh, now see, that's a real thinker right there. Because again, in my mind, if I'm pulling this lever, I'm actively contributing to their deaths. But also, if I'm making it easier on them, ooh, that's a tough one. You know what? I think I would pull the lever in this case. It would bother me like forever, and I would still feel guilty. But I think I would pull the lever in that case, because I'm assuming in these situations there is no way out, there is no way of getting help. I would still try to help or get help, but I guess we'll pull the lever. 72% of people agree, 28 disagree, which is fair. Minor inconvenience. A trolley is heading towards one guy. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but then your Amazon package will be late. Your Amazon package will be late. Of course, I'm pulling the lever. Who's not pulling the lever in this scenario? Actually, probably a lot of people. I work retail and I know how selfish and self-centered people can be. But 23% disagree. That's kind of disheartening. But again, if you have like some other reason other than what I'm thinking, I'm curious to hear. Let me know in the comments. Best friend. Now, this is the one I've actually been dreading. Because I'm like, if this was like one of my closest friends in this scenario, I probably would be selfish. And it's just because I know my friends and I know their character and everything. And I know the world would be a lot less bright with them in it versus these people I don't know. In this situation, I am actively deciding to kill some people, but it's for my best friend, and this might make me a terrible person, but I am going to pull the lever. I'm sorry. Ugh. 75% of people agree and 25 disagree, which is fair. And that goes with that thing of like human connection and everything. And it's something I've actually had a conversation with my friend about recently because we were talking about a movie plot line or a TV show plot line and how this person killed a couple of people, and they were like it might have been more impactful if they killed a bunch of like 100 of other people. It might have been more impactful to their story and their character arc. And I was like, well, you're seriously like underestimating people's attachments. It's like when you see movie reviews, a lot of times when a character dies in the beginning, they're like, well, it's hard to kind of have any emotional impact because we haven't spent any time with this character. We don't know about them, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it was, characters we know versus 100 nameless, faceless characters that we've never seen. I think more people would, I think more people would be more impacted if it was characters that we already know. And I think that's just kind of like a human nature thing. I'm not excusing myself, by the way. I'm just spitballing ideas. I would still feel horrible about this. It would torment me until the day I died. Ooh, can't see. A trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 1 person instead. At least that's what you think is happening. You forgot your glasses and can't see well. I know that struggle quite well. What do you do? And also, I wouldn't call these absurd trolley problems. They're more deeper thinking trolley problems. But, again, I'm not going to actively make the decision to kill somebody. I'm going to do nothing. This will probably end terribly, but, we'll see what happens. 45% of people agree with me and 55 disagree. That's almost an even split. Fun. Well, not fun, but interesting is what I meant to say. Cousins. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards one of your first cousins. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 3 of your second cousins. Instead, what do you do? So I grew up in a very, very, very big family on my mom's side. And honestly, couldn't tell you the difference between my first cousins and my second cousins. To me, they're all just cousins. They're all family. So it's not like a moral decision of who am I closer to. I would be closest to all of them. But I don't like this scenario. Again, I'm probably being boring, but I'm not going to make the conscious decision to kill someone. Especially if I'm not especially close to, or I'm close to both sides. The relationship is the same, so I'm gonna do nothing. 53% of people agree, 47 disagree, which is fair. Age, no. A trolley is heading towards 5 elderly people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over a baby instead. I'm not gonna run over the baby. Sorry, old people. Y'all have lived your whole life. Then again, if I ran over the baby, I probably could have spared it a life of torment, but no, I can't run over the baby. I'm sorry, ever since I was like a little kid, and I'm talking like 4 or 5 years old, I have always had just like a huge maternal instinct. I see a baby and my mind is immediately like protect, save, take care of. And I don't care what that baby looks like. I don't care what race that baby is. I don't care what gender that baby is. I don't care what religion or family that baby grew up in. I love babies. Save the babies. All right, we got clones. Okay, a trolley is barreling towards 5 identical clones of you. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, sacrificing yourself instead. What do you do? So my instinct was, of course, to do nothing, since the clones are clones and I am me, but all of those clones also think they're me. And also, my clones, having multiple clones means there's multiple chances for me to achieve happiness, I guess. But also that goes into that thought experiment of what makes you you. Huh. I'm honestly not sure. You know what? In this situation, since they're clones of me, I feel a little bit better about doing nothing. And again, it just comes into my self-preservation. I would still feel awful about it, but also my answer probably would have been completely different yesterday because I'm not in a depressive episode right now. So I'm gonna do nothing. I'm sorry, other me's. 89% of people agree with me, 11 disagree, which is fair. I mean, again, self-preservation. Um, I think we'll go up to 20 and then I'll cut this video short. Ooh, we got a Schrodinger's cat situation. A trolley is heading towards a mystery box with a 50% chance of containing 2 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting a mystery box with a 10% chance of 10 people instead. What do you do? So, again, for me, it's not about, it's not about majority over the individual or anything. And in both of these scenarios, both of these boxes still contain people. If I'm understanding this question correctly, I will do nothing because again, I don't want to consciously make the decision to kill somebody. And if there's a 10% chance of 10 people in there, there's still people in there. So I'm gonna do nothing. 42% of people agree and 58 disagree. I guess they were looking at the percentages in this as opposed to the majority, say the majority over the individual. Well, no, that would still track. I'm overthinking things. Sorry. Anyway, I am robot. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards 5 sentient robots. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 1 human instead. What do you do? I'm sorry, robots. I'm always going to pick human life over artificial life. I know you think you're real, but you're actually not, as far as I know. But I'm going to do nothing. Again, this video is probably so boring for everybody because I'm doing nothing like 99% of the time. But 85% of people agree, 15% disagree. Again, I'm curious if you're one of the 15%. Let me know your thoughts. Is it again with the thing of, killing the individual over the majority? Yeah, I'm curious about that one. But also, if they think they're alive, they will still feel fear and everything. So there is that to consider. So I'm probably a terrible person again, but Economic damage. A trolley is heading towards 3 empty trolleys worth $900,000. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting 1 empty trolley worth $300,000 instead. What do you do? I'll pull the lever in this situation, and it's not even because these are worth more than that one. Again, nobody's dying in either scenario, and trolleys do help people get around, so we'll pull the lever. I'm curious to see who doesn't pull the lever. 23%. I'm curious about the thought process behind that one. Let me know. And then this will be our last one, at least for this video. Oh no, a trolley is releasing 100 kilograms of carbon dioxide per year, which will kill 5 people over 30 years. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting a brick wall and decommissioning the trolley. What do you do? I'm probably going to pull the lever. I know it's not going to make much difference in the end, but I mean, maybe by doing that. But then again, public transportation is way less taxing on the planet than individual transportation. And that is a big, big issue in this country, the lack of public transportation. So, you know what? I actually think I'm gonna do nothing. Again, that looks bad, but when you factor in the alternative that less public transportation means more individual transportation and therefore more pollution in the air, I'm gonna do nothing. Only 38% of people agree with me, 62 disagree, which I think is totally fair. Again, if going by my gut instinct, I would have pulled the lever because I'm like, yes, less pollution equals good. But again, if you think a little bit beyond that, then no, that's going to equal more pollution in the end. So anyway, that's my logic behind it. But that's all I'm going to do for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I actually do really, really love like thought experiments and all those type of things. I actually majored in psychology once upon a time. I never got to finish, but it's something I've always been interested in. Um, and again, I just like thought experiments and I like thinking about different scenarios and how they would work out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please let me know if you did. Let me know if you would like to see another one of these. I'm probably going to do one anyway. But yeah, that's all I got. Be safe and be kind to yourself and others. And I'll see you all in the next one. All right. Love you. Bye.